You know, I don't know if y'all remember Jonathan Martin. He was the Miami Dolphin player who accused Richie Cognito and what was that? Let me get his name right. Was it Puncy? I think was his name Mike Puncy. Mike Puncy of beat racially attacking him, physically attacking him, verbally attacking him. Um, and when he went to the people at the organization, they dismissed it. And then people in the media and some NFL players and even some other leagues, sports leagues, had members that was cracking on him saying he was soft. And my thing is that we're in the 21st century. You know what I mean? And this is what 2013, 2012 when this stuff is happening. And he was saying that, I shouldn't have to be subjected to hearing the word nigger. I shouldn't have to be picked on. We're grown men. We're supposed to be professionals, right? And the NFL took their time in really investigating. But, if he had said that he was a gay man or he was Jewish, the reaction would have been totally different. Now, from what I've heard, that he's been picked on before. And, there's some people that just are not fighters in a traditional sense. There's some people who just want to just do what they go on with their life, be left alone. But some people, it's like they're a magnet for somebody's ridicule and pain and whatnot. And what happened was this left a psychological scar on him, a psychological scar long enough to make him just think about killing somebody or contemplating suicide. What he did last year was post a message to Richie Incognito, Mike Puncy, and his former high school. And he had an image on the Instagram where he had a shotgun. He had 20 rounds. And he was debating he take one of those rounds and use it to kill himself, or the other 19 to seek revenge. Now, considering that the school shootings has gone on a regular rate since 1999. Actually, they actually started way back in the 60s, but they were sporadic. But since 1999, Columbine, it's like every year some type of school shooting somewhere in this country. And they coming from a black man, no, they ain't gonna take no chances. Now, white guys, it's a credible threat. We're gonna shut the school down. We're gonna investigate. And you never really hear anything about it if it catch it in time. But if a black man's do that, they're gonna make sure he's gonna be made the example. And the legal California judge said that he got to go stand trial for making terroristic threats. But what get me is that Mike Puncy may look black, but he got a white mama and a black daddy. He was teasing, picking on him. And this is why there's some black folk have issue with mixed ethnicity blacks. And I'm not saying all mixed ethnicity blacks act this way, but this is why they have problems. This is a black guy. If anybody ever they see him on surface, because he has a twin brother, that's also in the NFL. When people see them, they see black dudes. Okay, that's what they see, and you picking on another black guy with a white guy using the word nigger and all these other slurs. That's crazy. But he said he's not worried about. He said I ain't worried about him doing anything to me. But the guy who led it, Rich Incognito, he got so scared he went to an FBI safe house in Arizona. Cause he said, he knew he did something to that dude for him to go run like that. Let me tell you something. Bullies are normally cowards. They're historically cowards. I mean, you got bullies that join the police department. You have bullies that join the military. You have bullies that go into high contact sports like football, Even though wrestling's entertainment, they still do that. They gotta show their physique. See, look at me, I'm muscle man, I'm strong. People envy me. That's just known. When people go gun crazy, usually they've been bullied or they're afraid to be bullied. So they say, I'm gonna protect myself. This dude was calling Jonathan Martin all kinds of niggas. And the media treated Jonathan Martin as if he was the bad guy. Then to come to find out that in high school he was picked on. And let me say this again. When you pick on somebody, you don't know what is going to break a point. See, black folk, you hear about every now and then of us committing suicide. And let me tell you something. This generation now is more inclined to commit suicide. But back then, we was raised to suck it up or dismiss it. I had bullies. But I knew why they was bullying me. In the long run, I'm like, they jealous of me. Now I can handle myself, but see the thing is, I knew when you reach a certain age as a black male, you can't constantly fight your way out of stuff. And then I realized where I was at. The school I went to, I was nowhere near the neighborhood I lived in. And some of the family members, the area I grew up in, they moved further where we lived at. Because the last few years of grammar school, I was bused. So I had to make a conscious decision. Me and my siblings got to travel from this distance, and we didn't need no hassles. So I took it. But my last year of grammar school, I decided enough was enough. And I noticed some of the dudes backed off because they're like, what happened to him? Because I always could take care of myself. It's just that I just wasn't one of those people that wanted to fight. But I'm gonna tell you what, all kinds of thoughts do run through your head. Now I never wanted to shoot a school, anything like that. I think that's just overkill. But I did want the people that was messing with me to suffer in some way. Matter of fact, and I mean maybe I'm wrong for saying this, one of the guys that I knew in school had recently passed. I don't know how he passed. I know that he was awful young to pass away. And I sat there and I said, I wonder, did he do something to somebody, or this was God's way of saying, I'm coming for you. Now, I know people say, God don't think that way, but then again, look at the floods and hurricanes. There are people who are innocent that lost their lives, but also those who were not innocent got theirs in the end too now. Now y'all can debate me and say, oh, that's the wrong way of thinking, but I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes I smile when I hear about those who bully or get theirs. And I don't lose any sleep over that. I know maybe that's wrong, maybe I'm being petty. But I have said that all human beings, and myself included, we can be petty. But I digress. Richie ran and hid because he knew that he bullied this dude. If you so manly and you so quick to yell the word nigger and other slurs and be physical with somebody, then you supposed to man up. But that proves my point about some of these Caucasians. See, when they around a bunch of people or they big and bad, see, he don't play NFL football anymore. Neither Martin and Cognito, the other Punty, he still plays, if I'm not mistaken. But the thing is, Richie, he got scared ran to the FBI like a little punk. Now, I'm not condoning that Martin took a picture and put it on Instagram and want to go up shoot up a school, because more than likely the people or teachers that was there at the school he was at, they're long gone. None of his classmates in that school, unless it's still teachers there that was messing with him or something more nefarious is going on. See, those are questions we need to be asking, but my thing is the media and the Dolphins and them and some NFL and some other sports stars was giving Martin a hard time. But now they didn't go after these cats taking it serious. But as soon as Martin made a threat, see, when a black man makes a threat, people get nervous because they said, he got nothing to lose. Remember when Christopher Dorner he did that manifesto? And at that time, Charlie Sheen was popular. And he figured that Charlie Sheen would get that press and they'd read it or something. And Sheen had said he hoped the guy gets well, but he was still saying the guy was kind of loony. But I understood what he was trying to do. But the media and law enforcement got spooked because they dismissed everything the brother said. Because the brother served in the military. Hey, but the police department, he went to his chain of command and said, hey, these police officers are abusing black men and black women. And they dismissed it. Then they talk about they're gonna fire him and try to destroy his credibility. And the media to this day never said, let's go investigate what Dorner was saying. Because you remember, there was a rash of police issues before and after. But the thing is, they knew he had military training. They knew he had police training. And they made it even more dangerous with that extra police training because he knew they call signs. He knew the way they patrol. He knew where they patrol. And then I keep telling y'all, when people dismiss the military, y'all don't understand what kind of damage a person in the military can if they really wanted to. So he snapped, and he ran around on a shooting spree. And the thing is, they didn't take him alive to make him do the perp walk because they didn't want to give any hope or let any other black man or any other black person start saying, I'm going to do the same thing, but the cat was out of the bag. In Dallas, it happened. And then we found out that I think one or two of the police officers had white supremacist leanings, but the media downplayed that. Then you had after the shooting in that church that year, you had people. It was another black veteran shoot, and guess what? If you notice, they all made sure they didn't make the perp walk. That was done on purpose because they didn't want to inspire any other black person. But then online, you heard brothers and them saying maybe we should take arms. This is why Ronald Reagan did what he did back in the 1960s when the Panthers went to go march on the California Capitol. They changed the way people got guns. But the NRA read along with it. And today, if the NRA talking about don't take our guns, why don't they speak for black gun owners? They not, because they're afraid that black gun owners might defend themselves against white gun owners. That when these mobs or white people come to your neighborhood or your home and they want to make threats, they're afraid of their brother. I'm going to tell you something. We've seen videos with white guys and got in people's faces and they want to go for the gun. And there have been brothers that had them, they stood them down. He got a gun, he got a gun. But I digress. These are cowards. And a lot of times cowards don't realize that you're pushing people, you're pushing their buttons. And Jonathan Martin come across as a sensitive dude. And that's not a slam. That's not a crack. When I mean sensitive, he's not I know he's in a profession or was in a profession where you had to hit hard and you had to be manly man. But the thing is, when you go there, you shouldn't have to hear the word nigger. You shouldn't have to have somebody picking on you. And I'm going to tell you something. The Punchy guy, he's worse than the worst because he saw it and he joined in on it. And I'm gonna tell you what it is. That white side, he thought maybe if I join in with Rich Incognito, that you won't mess with me and look at me as a down dude. That's what it was. And then the NFL don't give a damn about these players, white or black, but mostly black dudes, because they quick to throw a black player under the bus. They quick to suspend. They quick to kick them off the team. There was no outcry. And then you had black men out here. And I hate to say this, but as I said before, whether it be the professional sports, television or movies, or even certain professions, they know what blacks they want around them that's not going to rock the boat, not going to shake things up. That's why, if you notice, during when Colin Kaepernick came out, you had a certain group of NFL players and rappers questioning Colin Kaepernick blackness. Then when the public opinion in our community and some started to go in his favor, all of a sudden they tune changed. But I digress. These people, all they know is bullying. That's all they know. And people don't realize that there's some people who can't take that. And nowadays, since everybody go reverse to the gun, everybody say, well, I gotta go get me a gun. I'm gonna do the same thing. See, when I see or hear people saying certain things, I try my hardest to avoid them, ignore them. Because I know what's gonna happen when they keep pouncing and pouncing. You react. But see, there's a level of maturity too. See, as you get older, you recognize what people are trying to do. They're trying to manipulate you, throw you out your game. And see, Richie, and Richie did it before and he got away with it. You don't wait to be a grown man and go around doing stuff like that. He did it before and got away with it. That's his personality. And you know, and what gets me is that the media never, you haven't heard the Richie Incognito name since that time. John Rocker, all these white men that get caught doing and saying racist things or domestic abuse, you never hear, or bullying, you never hear anybody talk about it. Because they don't want them to be the face of hatred. But everybody was questioning Jonathan Martin manhood. They were like, he's soft. You a man. You supposed to be able to take it, man. You supposed to be able to handle your business, man. You're a football player, man. On ESPN, they was giving him a hard time. I'm sitting there like, everybody think that we just take people abuse. And like I said, there's some brothers out here that say, okay, you want to play that game? We can play that game. But see, the thing is, when you meet them meet them the same way, then they go another way and they get dirty and nasty. And this brother snapped. He kept bothering him. You have to understand, there's some people that replay these things in their head over and over again. We talk mental health issues. It's not necessarily a mental health issue. I'm in pain. You have to understand, if you've never been on the receiving end of somebody's cruelty, you'll never get it. This is why black folk get angry at white folk when something racial happens to us and we know it's racial. And you get some white folk come in and want to butt in like, why is it always got to be about race? I'm like, wait a minute. If you claim not to be racist, you claim not to be a bully, you claim not to benefit from my people pain, why are you always trying to prove us wrong like we're just making this up? Now, don't get me wrong. There are black folk that try to bring racism into things that really shouldn't be brought into. That's not saying there's not an element of racism there. That just can't be your go back to. But if something's actually racist and mistreatment of black people, why are you always dismissive of it? I mean, let me give you an example. Philando Castile was he had a legal weapon. He told that Hispanic cop, and the cop, Philando didn't do anything wrong, but the cop shot him dead. Portions of the media, law enforcement made him out to make Philando to be the bad guy. So you're a black guy sitting at home who's young. You're like, wait a minute. They killing our people, they bullying our people. Don't they have a psychological effect on you? That's why Colin Kaepernick said, now enough is enough. So just imagine you, Jonathan Martin, and you constantly got picked on. You turn on the news and you see more black folks getting picked on. Now, I ain't talking about self-inflicted crap that some of our people do. I'm talking about actually seeing people get picked on. Now you start thinking about your life when you got picked on. You get angry and angry and angry and angry. Now you saying, I got to get my revenge. Now you're not thinking rational. This is why a lot of people don't understand that black men have a breaking point. We don't do like white men do. We just don't go out there and do random crap and hope and get slapped on the wrist. No, when we go to that point, you done done a lot to push us there. Because we are conditioned as little kids. We warn about parents, grandparents, teachers, aunts, uncles, clergy. You're going to deal with this. This is going to happen to you. You got to do this. You got to do that. And some people will tell you, but they don't reinforce it. Like, because when I was a little boy, my father warned me, he said, son, the older you get, you're going to deal with people pettiness. That's just human nature. But he said, when you're a black man, you're going to deal with their pettiness and their self-hatred and their hatred. And I said, what do you mean by self-hatred? The stuff that we put on each other. The hatred that people come from the outside community. You need to be prepared for it. And it hurts. It stings. And you sit there and start questioning you. Did I do something? Did I say something? Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But it don't take much for a bully to want to bully somebody. If they see vulnerability, they pounce. And sometimes they take you not saying something as if they're scared of me. No, they don't want to hurt you. Because we've seen video. We grew up with kids that was quiet and bullies kept messing when they snapped. And if you notice, these kids almost killed or hurt or beat the crap out of bully so bad, people had the parents saying, "We're gonna take you to court, or your son or daughter crazy," because they all that pent up rage and anger. See, back then we'll punch you. Today they'll shoot you. Because you have a generation ain't been born, or they've been coddled too much. But if y'all don't remember Jonathan Martin, go back. Go back and watch the jokes that was being made on ESPN. See, Colin Kaepernick is a little bit stronger. And I'm not dissing this brother, because some people can't take that verbal and physical abuse a lot. And you shouldn't have to take a physical abuse, but that verbal abuse, being called a nigga, being called a wimp, called a bitch, all kinds of constantly from your teammates. And then there was other NFL players that said incognito would say nigger and say derogatory things. And the NFL, they tap danced around it. But I guarantee you, if there was a brother that was doing that, they would have spit him. They would find a way to take his money away. This is why I say that these brothers, they be running to these white universities and they get drafted and go to the NFL and they treat you like slaves, man. I hope it's worth it. Look how what's that Aaron Rodgers, I believe. His name was Aaron Rodgers? Not Aaron Rodgers. What's the Hispanic football player that committed suicide? I forget his name, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Look how the media and the NFL trying to rewrite history, make him like he's a victim. He killed somebody and had the nerve to be racist on top of that. They didn't go out there and try to rebrand Michael Vick, did they? To this day, Michael Vick get death threats. When Richard Sherman did that interview with that white chick, he was just hyped up that they won. They call him all kinds of thugs. See, every day black men gotta take a verbal abuse, physical abuse. But that verbal abuse, if you out here ain't bothering nobody, like, wait a minute. I'm being called all these different names, people just besmirching my character. What the hell? Then you go to your coaches, they don't do nothing. You go to the management, they don't do nothing. You go to the owner, they don't do nothing. Then you got your teammates that have been raised in a certain environment, or those who look just like you, but because they may not have two black parents, may got one, they trying to prove to the white people that I'm still white too. I'm gonna join in the abuse too. Cause I'm gonna tell you something. Richie Incognito was so tough. He would have like, man, I ain't going out. I'm gonna call the police and I'll leave that the police deal with it. He ran to the FBI and went to a safe house. But you was big and bad calling this brother a nigga when y'all was teammates. When he put that image of a shotgun out there, you knew, uh-oh. Sometimes bullies go too far. This is why if I give my opinion on something, I watch how I say it and when I say it, because some human beings can't take that verbal abuse. That's why I said we have to be careful in how we approach things. That's why I make sure I watch how I say so, because I've had this conversation with other YouTubers over the years, and some even done videos about it. You have to watch how you say things. And everybody ain't playing on that same level. But when you go to work and somebody, like they was talking about just GM plant, you had Saudi level black men was getting harassed by their employees with nooses and stuff, and they knew it. General Motors knew it. Excuse me. But the thing is, this ain't the first time we've heard of these type of instances at these jobs. Whether you're playing professional sports or actor or the blue collar, white collar, no collar. People like to pick on us, especially black men, because they want to see what we gonna do. This is why a lot of brothers don't live long lives, because they suppress that anger under constant stress. Let me remind y'all, Dr. King was 39 years old when he was assassinated When they did an autopsy, they said he had a heart of a 65-year-old. So it was no guarantee that Dr. King was going to live a long life. See, we as black Americans have to stop letting a group of people inside and outside the community victimize us. Because unfortunately, and I don't want to talk in absolutes, but we don't seek mental health counseling. If you can't talk to your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your lover, go to a counselor. They got programs in your community. Go to the wild. Talk to somebody, or talk to a good friend and say, hey, you know what? I trust you enough not to tell my secrets, but I need to just get some things off my chest. So I'm telling you, this brother, whether he went through it or not, he contemplated, because he went as far as taking a picture of a shotgun. And Richie Incognito, he got spooked because he know he did something. He know because he did something. He went and I'm gonna tell y'all something. Remember that brother went and shot, killed that news anchor and stuff. And he was talking about the racism. You remember that on I'm telling you, when you push a black man to that point, he started talking about killing a bunch of people, shooting up. You better believe you done something. Now sometimes some people may be unstable, and I don't want to make it like woe is me, because there are some unstable people out here, and they can imagine slights. But Richie Incognito, he basically, I was just teasing him. No, using the word nigga, they ain't no. This is why when I was working and even in the military, when dudes wanted to play around, I said, don't play me like that. I'm a grown man, don't do that. When you reach a certain age, the crap that you went through between the ages of 9 and let's say 13, that's supposed to end, man. Y'all grown men, and the thing is, those in the media, especially those who have black faces, was giving this brother a hard time. Don't think that didn't replay in his head over and over. You go to bed thinking about it. You wake up thinking about it while you're taking a shower, while you're taking a crap, even while you're screwing. You all kind of thoughts run through your head. And he wanted revenge. Because they said he even would go turn himself in to go to counseling. That's when they arrested him. He was seeking help. He knew he needed it. Because he was victimized. And I'm not, and believe me, I'm gonna say this again. I'm not doing this, woe is me. Oh my gosh, my feelings. No, it was this constant thing. And once you get victimized, people recognize a victim. They recognize somebody they can manipulate and push around. And it started when he was in school somewhere. And when he became an adult, people told a joke and he sat there quiet. He probably didn't run around boisterous and stuff. And said, oh, we got to mess with him. Now, you know the first thing they say about a black man when he's awful quiet. What are you thinking? They want to know what you're thinking. Then they want to invade your space, and if you don't say nothing or correct them right then and there, they feel they can keep doing it. Then it goes up a notch. So I say this now to these young brothers out here. If you're being harassed, you're being bullied, go talk to somebody. Because believe me, I understand what it's like to constantly be disrespected during the course of a day. This is what we try to tell our women. Black men have a very unique experience in this country, and yeah, we gotta look inside the community too, because some of our people they internalize white supremacy, and you have to understand some people come from households where violence and the degradation was the name of the game. But Incognito, was racism, and the NFL hesitated. And Incognito didn't catch hell like a black football player would when they get caught doing something. They wasn't analyzed. I mean, you had people talking, but they wasn't giving him the business like they should. And anytime we get racially attacked, everybody try to make it like, well, you must have misinterpreted, or you're whining, or you're living in a past, or you guys always bringing about color. Trust me, black folk, we rather not talk about racism. Believe me, there are days where I turn on the news and I'm like, God, please don't. And then when you hear or you hear something like, okay, then you're on the internet like, oh wow. And you have no choice because whether you live in that state, whether it's directly affecting you, it's going to affect you at some point or somebody close to you. What goes on in other states will go on in another state. Like I told y'all about the Bill Cosby and them, I said this is going to have a domino effect on everybody. Black men were always viewed as the bad guy of the story, and people don't take our feelings in account. We're walking penises to everybody. If you're a walking penis that can catch a ball or slam dunk and hit a home run, you got a little value. But when they figure, okay, it's time to get rid of them, they toss you out to the wolves, and then when you turn around and look for some help, you don't have it because there's no support group. And I think it's time for us as black men and to say, yo, man, we need to get together. Us alpha males, we got our days where we want to cry too. That doesn't mean you're weak. That doesn't mean that you a wimp. It's just that sometimes you got to release that pain and anger because it's not good. Because then you start making bonehead decisions. And then then you get in front of that law, now they can mess with you. See, Richard Incognito gonna look like he's the innocent dude, because when he mentioned his old alma mater, they like, okay, mass shooting in school, high school, there's nothing but high school kids there. What was he doing? So he ain't gonna get no sympathy on that one. But if people say, wait a minute, why he did it? And they say, wait a minute, he went to that school and something had that happen there. Maybe it was a teacher. Maybe somebody did something physically to him, and it's just messing with his head. This is why sometimes I sit back and I listen to certain stories, and then I say, put yourself in their shoes and see how it is. But see, as black men, we never get anybody doing it. Everybody just say, he's a bad guy, he's a bad guy, he's a bad guy. We need to punish, we need to destroy his reputation. We need to make sure he doesn't have a voice. That's why when black men go to that extreme, they kill him. Don't let them do the perp walk. Don't let them have the chance to look to the cameras and say why they did what they did. Everybody want to set the narrative. And like I said, I'm not defending bad behavior. I'm just saying that you know why some people might react a certain way. Everybody be trying to analyze us. I'm like, you guys have no idea. And if people know that these things will get to you after a while, especially if they know you as a certain type. That's why I tell y'all, you have to be observant to people. That's why I keep telling y'all, within the first 5 and 10 minutes, I can tell you when I'm dealing with somebody racist or not. I can tell if I'm dealing with somebody down. I can tell when I'm dealing with somebody who's trying to manipulate me. Because you have certain experiences, and you should be learning from those experiences. But as it stands right now, Jonathan Martin is going to have some trouble, legal troubles. But notice the media is not talking about this. Because they don't want the NFL to be caught back in the race discussion again. And then they don't want to talk about bullying. And then they don't want young black men crossing, yeah, that white dude at my job, he's doing this. And then you hearing about the General Motors story, and then you got black men under attack. They don't want us to be seen as human beings. So there's going to be certain stories that you are not going to hear about. Especially when the black man is a victim and then he responds. Haven't we say fight back against bullies? But they want us to do it a certain way. I'm not condoning any violence, but I keep telling you, if you keep effing with somebody, you're going to have a lot of dead bodies around here somewhere. I'm telling you, because there's some people, nowadays, they resort to go get a gun. No conflict resolution, they're going to go get a gun because everybody else has done it. But remember, this country, we got to keep your hands off our guns because we live in a violent society. And the marginalized people that you marginalize, okay, this is how y'all want to play it. We're going to play it the same way. But the thing is, that pent up energy and anger, it manifests itself in ways that you wouldn't believe. Like a lot of people assume that we don't go out and hunt, we don't go camping, or we're not in the military or police. Excuse me. Think about them military men that went out and those shooting and what the law enforcement did. They were scared. They didn't have to do the perp walk. Dylan Roof and these other cats perp walk, but not those brothers. It says a lot. A black man that has some common sense, that have access to a weapon, that has proper training, spooks the hell out of them.